Hey everybody, hope you all had a good weekend. I am going on a vacation, so I won't be able to get a video out on Thursday, Sunday, and I might not have the Zoom meeting on Monday. So I don't know if I'm going to get back late on Monday or what's going on, but I'll try to keep you all informed if something happens in the market. I mean, there's not really much else to talk about than what I've already said, and I'll go over some potential situations now. Kind of we've already discussed them, I think Thursday, but um, yeah, so we'll get right to that. I do want to talk about the USDC. So I got a couple messages from people talking about Silicon Valley Bank collapsing, and then another one collapsing. I can't remember the other one. Uh, One had Coinbase's funds about $250 million in crypto, I believe, and then the other one had uh, I can't even remember the amount for the other one. I'd have to look it back up. But, this kind of stuff is going to happen. So, in bear markets, a lot of companies that just aren't solvent end up dying. And that's just what happens. And a lot of people just think that, it's the end of the world and everything like that. But that's where you get this consolidation range. That's where you get these capitulation events. All that stuff happens. It's always something. So, typically Elliott wave plays out no matter what. There are a couple errors to that, and there actually might be something I'm looking at here that could be a different kind of situation, and we'll go over that here in a second. Like FTX collapsed here. I think that was a really, really big hit for the crypto market, bigger than stable coins. Some major exchange going down should cause more fear than probably anything that can happen. USDC going down. I don't think it's going to happen. I think USDC is one of the best stable coins out there, and there's a lot of FUD with, the SEC and banks wanting to create their own stable coins. But I think it's still a good stable coin compared to the other ones. Like, I just think it has less risk than Tether and all the other ones. So I still feel good about USDC. Now, so Bitcoin has broken out of this major pattern we've been in for a long time. Typically, these break to the upside. Like I was saying, it broke out, retested. Looks like it did its fifth wave here. And now we've bounced off that consolidation area I drew in the other day within this range here. Okay, and the next range is down here within this area. Okay. And I said we may never hit this box. Okay. That is a potential to hit it, and it's potential not to ever hit it. This is a very, very strong bounce here. Okay. So buying on a retest is really important. Now, this is something that we could be doing. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We broke Dow theory here, completed Dow theory because we broke past this level. And then typically what you see afterwards is some sort of an ABC correction. Could we have done an ABC correction here? And then now we start the next wave to the upside? Yes. Could we have a different kind of ABC here where we're just doing a wave one down here? We pull up somewhere around here to match this or stay where we're at now. And then over time we, do something like this and then we drop down. Yeah, that's another possibility. As soon as we break this 25,000, I think we stay above 25,000 for the most part, unless we come down to retest. But I think we would end up seeing higher price action. And then maybe, we might retest it. But so those are the probabilities here for what could happen. Now, if we look back in 2015, this is the only thing I'm kind of worried about, or not really worried. So this looks like, here, let's do this. This looks very similar to what we're doing now. Okay. So this was really 1. Okay. Then we went sideways for consolidation. We did 3. That was probably 3 right there, and then 4 right there. Now, in this little area, we didn't have like an FTX collapse or anything like that. So there is a chance that we didn't even complete 1 yet. Okay. So we didn't finish completing it. Now, if FTX didn't collapse here, we could have done something like this: 3, 4, and then we would do something like 5. And then that would start the first wave. We'd get some kind of consolidation range here. We'd do 3, 4, and then 5. So that is something to think about, and that's something I'll keep track of. I think that FTX just kind of messed this up a little bit, and it could have messed up the Elliott wave count, or we could have completed 1. So we just need to see how big the next wave is, what it looks like. Is it going to be more impulsive? How high is it going to go compared to the first wave? And that's kind of how you figure out where we are in the cycle and in timing and everything like that. So it's just very difficult to do anything when we're bottoming out here. The good thing about knowing that this is like when the hash ribbon's printed out, it just tells you like buy, right? Within this range, buy. Okay. Same thing here. Hash ribbons were printed here. It just means buy. No matter what FUD is going on in the market, it just means we're in consolidation, and then within this range, buy. Okay. And if you were to do that in the prior cycles, let's just say you got an average price somewhere within halfway through here, that's a 7,000, 8,000% gain. Right here, you would have done that. That's a 1,600% gain. And then this one, might go to 100,000 or something. So that's 400% gain on an average price on BTC. Altcoins is kind of the same. So no matter what the fluctuations were over here, you had an 8,000% if you bought within this box, but price dropped from here to here, which was 35%, from here to here, which was 35%. So there's a lot of swings in there. So DCAing in a consolidation range, you get to have an average price there. Okay, so let's take a look at some indicators. So the RSI, what I was talking about, I think in the Telegram or in the last video, we were approaching the black area here. That's normally the best time to buy. So we did bounce from there. There is still that chance that we swing back around, come back down a little bit lower, and we could even pierce through it. Have like a really scary pierce through, and then we could get bought up here. If I saw something like that, that would be an extremely strong test, and I would be buying there. Like I would be buying with everything that I had. Like for example, let's go back to 2015 again. Let's take all this off. Let's see if there's some kind of pattern here. Yeah, so we were under here, we tagged it, we got rejected, consolidated, rejected, capitulated. We broke out, we retested it here. We went to a higher level, we went sideways, and then we capitulated down. And we retested it again. Then we went sideways and then had this monstrous move. So that is something that we could be doing now. Might have even done it right here. Just a little bit of a retest. Had a trend line here. We broke out. We retested it. So yeah, just some examples for you. So the weekly, well, that weekly actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that could have been it, guys. This is a very strong, I mean, that's a very strong wick. That's a reversal candle. And then right off that trend line, I mean, that's a really, really good sign. So it could just kind of take off from here. And then you're also passing through the zero line here. You're getting close to it. We're probably going to pass through there within the next week or two, maybe 3 weeks. This is one thing I don't really care for looking at, but that candle could completely reverse this to where it actually starts to trend back up. So all that looks really good. Okay. That's really all I have to cover on Bitcoin for right now. I guess we could look at the NVT and see if that's changed. Anything on that's changed. It's probably still red. Yeah, still red on the weekly. We can, even on the daily, we can look at hash ribbon, see if there's another one that's going to print. No, not anytime soon. So nothing new with those two. Three-day closes tomorrow. So we'll see if we get a bullish engulfing candle. So LTC, we can take a look at that. Got rejected from the 100 line right here. Next move here, we should break out of this pattern, and then that would be should be a pretty substantial move. So we'll fall and look at that. There is a potential if BTC corrects that this would come back down to $60 this support, but um, the halving's coming up, so I'd expect this to actually continue up. If it did come farther down. H bar, let's take a look at that. I think H bar is probably one of the better coins, like I've said. It retested here. That looks good. We need to stay above this trend line, but that still looks pretty good, just like everything else. ADA. Yeah, ADA's got a hammer here, maybe even a doji. So that's a reversal candle. There is a chance that everything's about to go into a wave 3, unlike ADA, for example. This could be actually starting a wave 3, 4, and then 5. DOT. I mean, that's a doji right there. Dragonfly doji. That's a reversal candle. Right on major support. So that's what you want to see. So a lot of these things could be just moving into a much bigger wave. Let's look at ETH real quick and see what that candle looks like. Got a hammer too. That's good. The only thing I don't like about all these is pretty much they're getting ready to pass through the 80 line. So it's still, I mean, I'd rather go by weekly candles that it's going to push higher. I think that probability is a little bit higher that they will push higher based on the dojis that I've seen and the hammers and everything like that. That's just, and plus it's passing through the zero line. But either way, it's just showing that there's strength still in the market. So if we get another correction, I would expect this to pass through the zero line and then get some kind of a curve back up on the weekly to push some momentum back to the upside. Because if you look, whenever we pass through these zero lines, typically we actually start to rise quite a bit. At least shortly afterwards. So that's a pretty big deal. USDC. So let's look at the USDC US dollar pair. Okay, so last week it was actually one day. So USDC is pegged to $1. So pretty much for the most part it stays around 99 cents to $1 or just a tad bit higher every once in a while. Okay. And then once all these banks started having issues, this dropped 13%, 14% when it's supposed to be pegged to $1, which is a little concerning for a stablecoin. That's not supposed to happen. But I'm sure there's a lot of investors that prop this back up to where it's at now. And it does look okay currently. It's at 0.9924. And some of the banks have had some issues or whatever, so it caused some FUD in the market. So let's see how this actually plays out. There is fear now from what just happened here. So let's it really needs to stay at $1 for quite a few weeks, I would say. We don't want to start seeing this trend down, because then you could see a bigger issue. People really, really panicking. So I don't have any more money in USDC. Everything's in crypto. But I still would expect USDC to be the safest option. I do want to look at Theta real quick. I still think Theta is going to be a good winner. It's at like $1 right now, which is still really cheap in my opinion. Mm. Yeah, I mean, if you can get this under $1, I think that's a pretty good deal. So that's where we're at now. I would probably still buy Theta at a couple of dollars. Buy it here and then continue to buy it above this next support. So yeah, that's all I've got, guys. That's all I have to cover today. And again, I'll be gone, so I probably won't get any videos out next week. I'll post a thing in the Telegram as well about it. But I'm going snowboarding with my kiddo. So I will talk to y'all in about a week.